Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thanks again for joining me here. I hope you're having a great day. Let's take another look here at KAS to see what's going on. Double check a few things. Oh man, this is a bummer when I look at the charts here. My alert here at about 21 cents didn't trigger because it didn't come quite that high to hit that massive short there. Again, hindsight's 2020, of course, folks, but there's a lot of liquidation up at that upper range here, and that would have been a perfect consideration for a short. But now that we're here, is it worth taking along or not? I mean, the truth is, when we look at the charts, this pullback is a lot more aggressive than Bitcoin's pullback, and we're establishing lower highs and lower lows now tentatively. So we want to be mindful that we might be in a rejection zone here, and we want to kind of draw our fib levels, kind of reevaluate. So we'll take a look at some liquidation levels and kind of see where we're at. So if you're new to the channel, just know I'm not a financial advisor. I absolutely love teaching people to trade, and if you want to become a better trader, CryptoCache.tech is a site. Link down below for that. Okay, so hope you can learn something today. Let's go ahead and jump on over to Caspa and see where we're at here. So when it comes to liquidation, again, the general consensus is that the price action generally it'll sweep those levels if there's a massive concentration, but you also got to recognize that liquidation occurs at key level resistances and supports because people will use high leverage to short or take longs at those levels. So when we look here, there's not a ton of areas indicating that there's a really strong consideration for a long or a short. We can see, of course, that 21 cent range I've already identified. That's that previous level that was supposed to have got swept, but it didn't because the price action for Bitcoin pulled back so aggressively it couldn't maintain that range. And we look here, 12 cents. So it's funny, 12 and 21. Easy numbers to remember, just flip them around. And you can see heavy concentration of liquidation in both directions. There's some more recent late shorts here at about the 18 to 19 cent range, but nothing too crazy. Again, 21 cents is still a massive amount there. So the reason why that's important is just to recognize that, hey, when the price gets close to that level, there's usually, like, for example, say we come back up here. At the price at 21 cents, if the price is like this here, it'll probably just wick up really quick and pull back and sweep all the liquidation, and then, it's done, right? That's generally how liquidation events occur, because, again, what happens is market movers, they set a lot of limit orders to that level until the price gets to that range. There's no more selling pressure, so to speak, so the price shoots up, and then they instantly sell because they're massively in profit, and there's no resilience because of that level getting swept now. So it's a very dirty and a nasty tactic that's used day in and day out in trading. We'll never be in control of that, and if so, you're probably not watching the channel in the first place, but obviously, if you're a whale and you're watching, thank you. Doubt that's the case. All right, so let's take a look here at the moving averages and double check. Let's make sure we understand where we're at. So that we got the 50 and the 20-day SMA above the price action. That's generally bearish, but not in a bad way. What I mean by that is you want to be over the 20 and the 50-day SMA to be able to kind of have confidence in taking a long position. That's all there is to it. To me right now, it doesn't look like there's a lot of confidence in this coin at this moment. Today's candlestick so far is not a bullish engulfing candle like a lot of other coins are. And it's kind of hesitating at this 0.5 fib level, this 16.6 range. So that could be the new resistance level for us. We've also got a golden pocket up here, also commonly referred to as a resistance range. We can see a strong amount of control here based on volume. Over the last, month? Over the last 1 month of trading, we can see the most amount of resistance at 18 cents. So hypothetically, that's a great area to consider shorting if it comes up to that level. All the more reason why we see a lot of resistance in that range. So just kind of, the 18 cent range, it's going to take a lot to break through that. So I'd be very surprised the price just goes right straight through it. Unless Bitcoin runs towards 60K or breaks 60K, I don't think we're going to see KASPA get through that level there. Okay, so 18 cents, remember that number. That is a very significant resistance range for us. Still under 50 on the RSI. Stochastic is swinging up for the first time in quite a while, which is natural knee-jerk reaction to the price action being so low. 12.5, can you believe that? That is a nonsense number you wouldn't have expected to see. We can see the MACDs still diverging. We can look at the 4-hour time frame here. Stochastic swinging back, MACD converging. It's kind of funny how that happens sometimes when you got a MACD convergence and a stochastic divergence. It just kind of implies that there's this natural ebb and flow where the price action should come back down to local highs and bounce off this level. So hypothetically, we should see 15.6 retested and bounced. Okay, that's hypothetical, of course. Under 50 on the RSI, generally unfavorable. We rejected off this level for the first time, and we can see there's a reattempt that has so far fizzled out. So again, the price action doesn't look fantastic. The 50-day SMA, sorry, that's the 20-day SMA, is kind of hanging out right there at this level of about 16.6, and it's kind of having difficulty breaking through that. Okay, so again, being above that level is generally favorable on the 4-hour, kind of lets you know you're tentatively back on track. We do, however, have to recognize there's a ton of moving averages right in that 0.618, that golden pocket fib level at 17.6 to 17.8. So again, reaffirming that 18-cent range being a strong resistance for us. Looking at the hourly time frame, we can recognize that the Ichimoku cloud is confirming that we are broken tentatively bullish on the smaller time frames, implying that the lagging span being free and clear, we're good to keep your long position open. Conversion lines above the baseline, sort of barely. It's kind of coming to an end soon. And then, of course, we're above the cloud. So that just reaffirms 15.7 is the new support, and that we're probably going to see some resistance around 18 cents. So my anticipation here is that the price action being where it's at right now, we're kind of in this little range. So 15.6 to 18 cents is kind of the range that we're probably going to expect to see. And if that is the case, then you kind of want to short the top and long the bottom. It's effectively how range-bound activity works. But the key takeaway here is that, again, if you look at this here, if you look at Bitcoin, it is establishing a higher low and higher high, okay? However, KASPA pulled back significantly harder than its most recent retracement and is having difficulty establishing a higher high. So it leads me to believe we got some resistance in this range and that we're probably more likely to see further downside. Or you could also argue, and this coin has really good tendencies of cup and handle breakouts, that this is just a cup and handle here, okay? So we could very well see a breakout too, but you got to recognize tons of resistance up here. I personally, just outside looking in, just kind of thinking out loud, I would say a short at the 17.6 to 18 cent range seems appropriate, just based on how underperforming this coin is being right now, and that we're likely to see resistance at 57 to 60K for Bitcoin. And just the massive amount of volume at 18 cents, or more so just that point of control, really tells me that we're going to see we're going to have some issues when we get to that level. So problem is, a lot of times lately, with the way the market's been going, waiting for these confirming type of trades can come less frequent. So there's no guarantee we're even going to come up to that 18 cent range, and it might be worth considering a short right now. So I'm leaning more towards the price going down than up at this point. But again, it's too early to tell. I would recommend waiting for Bitcoin to either retest 57 to 58K range and then shorting, or consider a long, maybe in the 15.6 to 14.4 range if the price were to pull back. Again, a lot of different scenarios here. So it's really up to you and what your trading style or prowess is. I just recommend making sure that you are patient and careful. I'll go ahead and post our playout chart here on Twitter, Telegram, and Discord. And if you are part of our Discord, I recommend, of course, enabling all channels. You can go up to Browse Channels, right-click, and Show All. And I have playout charts that I provide consistently for coins that I cover. And this is a newer feature. I'm just trying to highlight that so people know that it's there. Because unfortunately, Discord has a tendency of not showing all the channels right away. Also, if you're new, make sure you read through our signals guide so you know how to manage this trade signals. Never trade my day trades when the market is dumping or pumping, because it can give you some false signals just because it's based on an algorithm, and when the market gets all wonky, it'll give you some false positives. Just not great. Either way, just a heads up on that. Thanks again so much for watching though, folks. Look forward to working with you. Hope you have a good rest of your day. We'll see you soon.